Hi everybody, this is just some guy. Today I'm going to talk about the editor-in-chief at Marvel. Well, Axel Alonso is out. I don't think anybody is confused about why. Axel was behind the constant events that ran off fans. He was behind the constant title relaunching that ran off fans. Axel pushed for ousting the original characters for their dollar store replacements that weren't as popular or as financially successful as Marvel hoped. He let Secret Empire happen. He let Generations happen. He gave us Marvel Legacy, which is turning out to be okay at best. And he, along with a bunch of other people at Marvel, constantly picked fights with fans. It hasn't gone very well for his run as editor-in-chief. Now, Marvel says they parted ways mutually. Here's the question. Did they fire him? Did he walk away on his own? Or did they push him out the door? My guess is it's a mix of those. Now here's where it gets interesting. Marvel didn't promote Tom Brevoort, who'd be the obvious next in line. Nope. They replaced Axel with Cebulski. CB, because I'm not going to keep doing that last name, has been working in Marvel's international divisions, building up their markets in other countries, especially Asian countries. CB has also brought in major talent and worked on some of Marvel's hottest books in the 2000s, specifically Runaways. I don't know much about CB, so I can't really say what he's going to do for the company. Marvel, or rather Disney, probably put him in charge because they want to branch out into those Asian markets. He knows that stuff better than Axel or Brevoort, so he'd be the better choice for leading the comics division. This is the kind of diversifying Marvel needs to do. Make products geared for specific markets. This doesn't mean doing quick translations. This means hiring creators from those markets to make comics for those markets. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Are they going to continue to create original content, or will they create a new line of books featuring well-known heroes and stories tailored to those markets? Now, what does this mean for us in the crazy political nonsense that's been happening here? Like I said, I don't know much about CB, so he could support all that stuff and keep going or pushing it further. He did say this in an interview, quote, Marvel has always reflected the real world. Stan Lee said that Marvel is the world outside your window. We were the first in so many cases to reflect the political situation, be it the Vietnam War, the Afghanistan War, even 9/11, the way the heroes in our comics reacted to those terrible events. And we continue to do that as we expand globally and bring different countries and cultures into the comics, because we want to accurately reflect those cultures as well. I can already feel the cringe creeping on you. Hold on though. He said this too, quote, "We have to remember that we are an escapism as well. People go into the movies and read the comics to forget about what they're seeing on the news sometimes. So that's a fine line we're always going to walk. We have to reflect what's going on in the world, but sometimes it's best if Marvel's heroes don't get too political or reflect the opinions or views of the people that are making them. We're always striving to find that balance." That's the common sense approach that's been missing. You can have your politics in the books. It'd be weird not to have any in a universe that's supposed to be about our world. At the same time, you gotta remember people are here to be entertained, and most folks don't find people shouting from their self-righteous soapbox all that entertaining. If 0 is Mother Goose and 10 is a Communist Manifesto, you don't want to get any higher than a 7. That's about George Carlin level. You don't want to go any deeper into politics because then you're going to be picking sides. That's never good for business. Just ask Marvel. Or rather, Axel, because he really doesn't have anything to do with his time right now. Overall, I think CB is a good choice. I am a little worried about one thing though, and that's CB focusing on international talent. There's nothing wrong with bringing in new talent from across the globe, but let's be fair. There are tons of artists and writers in the US who would love to work for Marvel. It seems a little unfair that all these people who grew up reading comics and wanting to break into the industry will get overlooked for an outside hire. And before anybody says it, no, I'm not talking about myself because I don't want to work for Marvel. I do know a lot of creators though, especially writers, who just haven't been given an opportunity. With the job market in the industry as tight as it is, I'd like to think that CB wouldn't mind looking stateside for some homegrown talent. So let's see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Marvel fired Axel? What do you think is going to happen with Tom Brevoort? What do you think is going to happen with the political angle in the books? What do you think about CB and his potential changes? Will this make any of you who drop Marvel reconsider buying their books? Let me know in the comments.